This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
As I stood putting gas in my Jaguar, the cold, damp January wind chilled me and seemed to dampen my spirits even more. I hoped the attendant inside would not run a telephone check on my gold card. If he did, they probably would turn me down. Then where would I be? "This is ridiculous," I murmured. "Only in America could you drive a Jaguar and not have the money to put gas in it." I wondered where the arrogant young man from a few years ago was. There I stood in the cold, a man in my 20s, knowing I was in the process of losing virtually everything I owned. It had not always been that way. After college, I hit a couple of minor bumps in my career, but I found a niche in foreclosure bargain real estate. With a formal education in finance, a family background in real estate, and a burning desire to succeed, I had a head start on life. As my real estate business grew, everything I touched seemed to turn to gold. I began to collect rental properties, as well as buy and sell bargain properties. I was very good at it and made money quickly. By age 26, I had a rental real estate portfolio worth more than $4 million. I had built a team of people to manage this growing company, and everything was moving perfectly. Or so I thought. My wife and I did all the exotic vacations, drove the top-name autos, and wore only expensive custom-tailored suits. You may be able to imagine that for a young man of 26, I thought I had it made. Financial independence. I had arrived at financial independence, that mystical place every young entrepreneur wants to reach. If I wanted something, I bought it, no thought required. I had done it honestly with hard work and intelligence, so what could possibly happen in paradise? Along with my knack for obtaining bargains, I had another talent. I had an unusual ability to finance everything. If one of my business lines of credit ran low, I would put on my custom suit, get in my Jaguar, and head for the bank. I would make sure to park in front of the manager's window for a big impression. I had my financial statements, corporate strategy, and tax returns all bound for presentation. All this pomp and circumstance, combined with the fact that my deals always worked and enamored the bankers, and they loved to lend me money. We had every type of personal line of credit, business lines of credit, and equity lines of credit. And let's not forget those wonderful gold and platinum cards. If a banker would dare to indicate I might have too much debt, I would hunt another source. I have taken a $20,000 draw on a line of credit in a cashier's check, walked out of that bank and into another. With all the presentation explained above and a $20,000 cashier's check, I would establish a new relationship, which meant I would deposit my borrowed cash into their bank, promise to be a customer, and in return they would give me a new $100,000 line of credit plus every platinum card and personal line of credit they had. The sarcastic way that I am explaining this to you almost makes the process seem immoral. However, we were making money, and we had a bright future, so the banks wanted customers like us. All good things come to an end. Then it happened. Our largest lender was sold to a larger bank. Neither pomp and circumstance nor my name meant anything to the new upper management. Also, the 1986 Tax Act began to have its negative impact on real estate, so all the banks began to get worried. Upper management decided to trim back on real estate lending. Most of our borrowing was in short-term notes because we resold most of our property for profit. Because we had open lines of credit and short-term notes, the banks had the right to call, or demand that we pay, most of our debt within 90 days. And that is just what they did. The new management called all my notes. I had 90 days to find $1.2 million. I paid virtually all of it, but doing so destroyed my business. That action started a chain reaction that ended in my losing everything but my home and the clothes on my back. I remember the strain on my marriage. I remember the morning standing in the shower with the water scalding my face and crying like a baby. I remember the sheriff serving the lawsuit papers for default on notes.